Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Hope everybody is doing well. This is like the fourth time I have recorded this video. I don't know why, what is happening, but I'm gonna say it must be because of the scriptures that I chose to use in order to do this particular video. So this story is from NBC News. It came out on yesterday, and top social security official steps down after disagreement with Doge over sensitive data. So it says the top official's departure is the latest in a wave of exits of senior officials whose agencies have come into the crosshairs of Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, which was formerly the United States Digital Service, formed by President Obama. So Michelle King, the top official at the Social Security Administration, left her position this weekend after she refused a request from Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency to access sensitive government records at the agency, according to two sources familiar with the situation. White House spokesperson Harrison Fields confirmed in a statement that King was no longer the head of the agency. Quote, President Trump has nominated the highly qualified and talented Frank Bisignano to lead the Social Security Administration, and we expect him to be swiftly confirmed in the coming weeks. In the meantime, the agency will be led by a career Social Security anti-fraud expert, which is a techie, as the acting commissioner, which probably is somebody that they appointed. And when they're acting, they can be appointed without confirmation from the government. So in the meantime, that person has all the authority of somebody who was confirmed. Just saying. And it's not nothing new because all administrations do this. So it says President Trump is committed to appointing the best and most qualified individuals who are dedicated to working on behalf of the American people, not to appease the bureaucracy that has failed them for far too long, Fields said. So the Washington Post first reported King's departure. On this, one of the sources familiar with the situation, Nancy Altman, I wonder if she related to Sam Altman. But anyway, president of the Social Security Works, a left-leaning focused on protecting and expanding Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, told NBC News she learned of the situation after having spoken with several current officials at the agency. So the person who resigned did not tell people who worked in the organization underneath this individual reported this info out. So Altman said, and this is the person from the Social Security Works organization outside of the government. So that person said that the information involved in the dispute, listen to this, included Americans' bank account, Social Security numbers, earnings records, marital statuses, dates of birth, in some cases, medical records if people have applied for disability benefits. So anything basically that this organization possesses would be able to be used by the Doge. So now, while they're telling you, oh, someone, there's widespread fraud and misuse, that's the excuse, you know, to go and look at all this other information that they really want. So I just want y'all to pay attention to what's happening, because they're saying, oh yeah, we went in, we found XXXXX thing. But what they're doing is, in every organization, they have a purpose for going in there. Like, for instance, if they go into the Department of Agriculture, they're looking at who got farms, because whoever got farms control the foods. So who do I need to persecute, or who will we pursue? Who will work with us? Who can we run out of business? Who the black farmers? Who the white farmers? Who gets money for products we want to discontinue? And who can we give money to who will help us with our agenda? Or do we just want to get rid of farmers altogether and control everything? Okay, that's the Department of Agriculture. For the Social Security Administration, let me read to you why this is significant. I'm reading from Revelation 13, and I'm going to start with 15. And he had powers to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So we talk about numbers, marks, names. All these things would coincide with this mark. Every nation that is industrialized and that does business, they have marks. Our marks for America would be, our national passport system, which is a national identification. Right now, digital IDs, those are national IDs, because all the information that you have to use to get one goes into a database and is stored. So the chip that's in the license or the identification can be scanned anywhere that uses that same technology, and they use the databases to verify that you're you and that the identification is authentic. So, you want to know bank account information. Okay, we're going to control whether you buy or sell. Social security numbers. That is another mechanism that they can determine whether you are able to buy or sell. Earnings records. They know how much you earn and have the potential of earning. So, that's tied to buying and selling. If you don't have no money, you can't buy or sell. So, that's important information for them to know. You work, you earn money, you may be vital. It's a lot of information associated with the employers. Marital statuses. Who gonna betray who when it comes to getting the mark? The husband may not be down, but the wife may be. We know how to divide and conquer. We know how many people are in the household. We know if people are still married, their ages, all those things, where they got married at, how old they were. Like, it's a lot of information associated with marriage licenses, marital statuses. Also, they'll know who's single and who's married, who has a heterosexual marriage and who has a homosexual marriage, that type of thing. Dates of birth, important numbers, because again, you get to determine age, you get to determine, that number coincides often with bank account information, social security numbers, controlling the beast system. It's just another way to verify who you are. In some cases, medical records, if people have applied for disability. A whole lot of stuff can be done with medical records. And they can determine if you have received lollipops, if those are things that they want you to have in order to participate in society. They can be done digitally through your health records, because now most health records are electronic, especially if it has to do with something that's federally or state funded. So this is very scary, and I'm not going to get into where I think the system, hails from. We know it's from Europe, because those are the only people talking about it. That's where all the plans coming from. The plans coming from Switzerland and Denmark and Germany, France, the European Union, period. All those nations are creating this stuff. So we're bought into it because we're related to those, not we, this nation is related to the European Union. That's where the people hail from that stole this country and stole the people and created this monstrosity of a mess. So, when you read 18 and it says, here is wisdom, Revelation 13, verse 18. It says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And according to most scholars, that would be the Pope of Rome, who would be considered like the number of that man, or son of perdition, or whatever you want to call him. But when you look at the Pope's financial connections and connections to all these different organizations, the Vatican, I'm going to say the Pope, but the Vatican, their affiliation with WEF, with United Nations, with the banking industry, with all the kings of the earth, it just makes sense. And then you know that we've been studying what the Pope says, his power, how things are coming together during these end times. All the tech kings have gone to kiss his hand. Everybody been to the Vatican. Everybody. Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Sam Altman. They all been to the Vatican. Or if they haven't been to the Vatican, they've been in some high-level meetings where the Pope spoke. So, I mean, you got to be blind not to see this stuff. The plan is coming together. Everybody is on one accord. And this is nothing more than a big distraction. We're going to go in here and find waste, fraud, and abuse. But meanwhile, give us these social security numbers and dates of birth. Stuff that don't have anything to do with waste and fraud. Because there are a whole lot of things you can do to find waste and fraud. You can just go after grant programs to see where that money goes and who controls the organizations. How much money do they get, the ties, so on and so forth. If you want to investigate, you could do forensic financial investigations and find out where the big money is. But like, this doesn't even make any sense. So it's got to be associated with CBDC, blockchain technology. And once this system fails and transitions into the new global financial system where everybody uses digital currency, digital wallets, biometric identification, and so on and so forth, and the dollar is done, I guess cryptocurrency. A cryptocurrency will be our national currency, or our international currency. It's just wild to me that people can't see through this stuff, but I must just stay crazy until everybody can see all the pieces put together. So it says she was placed as acting commissioner because she would not give access to the sensitive information, end quote, Altman said of King. Quote, she was replaced with someone who presumably will. But she was not forced to leave the agency. That was her choice. It was the White House's choice to not let her be head of the agency anymore. So basically, she got demoted and she quit. And then Trump put whoever he wanted in the position, or whoever running the White House. I don't know. Whoever in the government. They put whoever they wanted in the position so they could get the information that they need. But make no mistake, the tech kings are actually in charge right now. They're showing you what they're doing. President Trump has appointed Leland Dudek, a manager of a Social Security anti-fraud office, as acting commissioner now that King is out. Altman slammed Doge's request of King and the Social Security Administration. She said, I don't think you can overstate how serious this breach is, Altman said, and I agree. The information that the Social Security Administration has is a lot of personal data that most people would like to keep private, and they entrust it to the government through tax returns and through their employers is sending in earning statements. So voila. It doesn't matter if you voluntarily sign up for the mark. They're going to make one for you anyway. And then they're going to shut all your stuff down, and you're not going to be able to access it until you sign up for whatever they want you to sign up for. That won't actually be the mark, but it will be the mechanism for no buy, no sell. So, this is what I'm talking about. It's the mechanism for the no buy, no sell. And it is happening so fast and so smooth that it's crazy. So if you haven't been paying attention to the financial news that I've been putting out about Bitcoin, about Trump trying to remove or make changes to FDIC, the Federal Deposit Insurance, and looking at what's covered and what's not covered, like, you are out of the loop. You better get in on this info quick, because I just feel like as soon as they finish probing all these federal agencies and seeing where money is going, how they can get money from the consumer and shift to just a corporation, because everything now is being done like a corporation. When a new CEO comes in, the new CEO looks at the finances. If they were brought in to save money and cut costs, that's what Elon Musk is doing. Not that he's no professional at doing nothing, but these people don't have nothing. They don't care about anything when it comes to the purpose of how government works. Because they, for the most part, none of them are poor. None of them have been poor. They're not average people. They are people of privilege. So they never worry about the government, except for how the government gonna help them make money and keep them making money, or preventing them from making money. That's all these people care about. Everything is about money. That's why, and I gotta keep it a buck. Most people love money. They say they don't, but they do. So, what's crazy is they use money to disarm, themselves, to not think critically, to just forget what they really are doing, and they could tell you, oh, well, we're saving you money. Saving me money for what? Because how you gonna help me? They're not telling you that. We're just saving you money. We're looking for waste, fraud, and abuse. We found this. Okay, you found it, and what's gonna happen? Okay, we're gonna lay off these people. Okay, people are losing their jobs. So where they gonna work? They're talking about folks losing jobs, but not how they're going to help people, become gainfully employed. And just because people are terminated in Washington, you don't understand the trickle down in states. Those are unemployment numbers that are going to rise as well, that nobody talks about, because a lot of this money goes to nonprofit organizations, to colleges and universities. They hire people to do research and teach and all kinds of stuff, whatever that grant is for. So those people are going to be out of a job. All these DEI people, they're going to be out of a job. They're out of jobs. It's just a lot of things that we don't necessarily think about. It's very overwhelming to see how uneducated most people are about what's happening. But because y'all are watching my channel, and I like to keep y'all informed about what's happening, as far as we're getting closer to this no buy, no sell system going live in America, because it's live in other places already. But we got to be ready. So I need y'all to, give this a thumbs up. Please share it. Let people know what's happening. This hijack of the corporation called the United States of America is a coup. We are under a coup, and people are so slow, they don't even know that by the time this is over, we will probably be in the midst of World War III, getting attacked some type of way. And not prepared. Most people just won't be prepared for what's coming because the economic collapse is going to wipe you out financially. Then the famine is going to happen. Then plague going to happen. Natural disasters are going to happen. And these people are going to be gone. They ain't going to be nowhere to be found. They trying to rob and steal and do all the stuff they can do because they're really dividing this country up and moving on to the continent of Africa, and as best they can anyway, trying to steal the resources from over there again. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we just gotta pay attention to everything. There are moving pieces all over the globe, and some nations are ahead of us, and they are ahead of us because America is going to be the problem nation because we have these weapons, because we have all these white people who have believed that this country is free, they are entitled, they deserve the life that they've always had, and that's coming to an end. The curses are flipping, and we are collateral damage, but we're getting ready to see mystery Babylon fall between America and Europe and Canada. It's gonna be ugly. White people gonna be losing their minds, but in the same instance, they are coming for us. So we gotta be ready. So keep watching, keep prepping, keep praying, keep seeking the Most High. Continue to repent and keep those law, statutes, and commandments because that's how we show the Most High we are sealed. Come out of this system as fast as you can. Again, I'm going to tell you, if you are not making moves with your money, you should be. If you're not preparing your household for chaos and lack and famine and power outages and just people wilding in the streets, you should be. And if you're not thinking about how you're going to survive outside of this system, to include not being able to pay your taxes and not being able to do a whole lot of stuff whenever it is mandatory that we use this digital currency and this Web 3.0 Internet of Things, this new digital system, the digital wallets, the digital ID. If you haven't thought about what life is going to be like for you when it is mandatory, you need to be thinking about that now. How you going to survive? And then you need to be putting plans in place for you to do so. With keeping in mind that you may not be able to do anything on this planet. You might have to live on the outskirts like a bum. You might have to live in the woods. You might have to live near the railroad tracks. You might have to flee and be a refugee yourself. Do you have passports? Do you have your paperwork together? Are you prepared to, travel by foot, by car, however? Like, those are things you really need to be thinking about because this no by no sale system, it ain't gonna be no joke. It is not gonna be a joke. So anyway, I'm going to end this video now. I want to encourage you to go to chapter 14 of Revelation and read the first verse where it says, "And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000 having his father's name written in their foreheads." That is what you want. You want to be sealed by the words of the Most High so they guide your actions. The Holy Spirit, you want the Ruach because that's the only thing that is going to save us. Now, I don't have no idea what the 144,000 are. I don't know if that's Yah's chosen people from all the tribes. Some people seem to think it's only 144,000 men, which will be priests, the Levi priests. I don't know what that means. But what I do know is you want to be sealed with the Father's name in your forehead. You want to be moving like him. You want to be thinking like him. You want to be talking like him. You want to be knowing these law, statutes, and commandments in these scriptures. You want to have the Ruach so that you will understand when it's time to hold them and when it's time to fold them, when it's time to walk away and when it is time to run. Because Babylon is going to fall. So I don't want y'all to be caught up in it, but we really need to pay attention to what's happening because they are making rapid moves. And before you know it, we're gonna be caught up. So anyway, I'm out of here.